What's going on, Stack Squad? Today is Friday, April 16th, 2021, and this video is for entertainment purposes only. In this video, guys, I'm going to be showing you my portfolio update, different play ideas, where I've moved some money, and a whole bunch of different things like that. I also got a few potential plays you may want to consider, and let me just get into the video, all right? If you're new to the channel, guys, this is Shrewd Stocks, where I show you my journey to $1 million openly, transparently. There's no screen cropping out, no BS. You see me put my money where my mouth is, and all I ask is you hit that like and subscribe button. Now let's get into this. So guys, this portfolio, right off the bat, I'm going to tell you I made a huge change, okay, enormous changes. I decided to switch and sell all the positions and go into 3 different plays: Disney, Apple, and Insidious Pharma. Now, I already know right now, half the people are already hitting that dislike button, so all I ask is just hold off. Just finish the video, and if you still don't like the video, go ahead and press that button twice, all right? So let me explain what happened. All the plays I was telling you before, Neo, Palantir, MP, Skills, what other ones did I have? IRO, HOL, I was in Sensonics before. All of those plays that I mentioned, and I explained to you my whole idea of how to build a portfolio out with a foundation layer, a medium layer, and then a frosting, on top. If you don't know what the hell I'm saying, I always tell you guys to build a portfolio out like a cake, Foundation gets 50%, then 30% in the medium layer, then a little bit in the top layer. Those are your penny plays. Guys, I said that, and the reason why I even made that entire portfolio switch, for those of you guys who've been rocking with us for a while, you know when I did that. I did that because I was getting so many people FOMOing and making the wrong plays, and they were just copying my portfolio on Robinhood here. You guys were copying this entire Robinhood portfolio, and you were trying to see, and you were just going all in on like Zomedica, you were going all in on CTRM, some of these other plays that I was in, and you loaded the boat on those things. Like even Rocket Mortgage, you saw me put 15 grand in those, but you don't understand. The thing was, this is not my only portfolio, guys. If you go to my first video, why I even created Shrewd Stocks and what the whole purpose of this channel is, it's to document my journey to $1 million in this portfolio, guys. I want to emphasize this again. All the stuff I've preached of having a foundation layer, building your thing up like that, that's how I build my current thing. This Robinhood portfolio is not my net worth, guys. This is me trying to do a challenge, okay? Remember what I said? I was going to be turning 30 in like close to 2 years now, and I wanted to make this portfolio into $1 million by then. I know it's an ambitious goal. I may not hit it, but the whole entire purpose of this thing was to document that journey. And that's what I was initially going after. That's why when you saw these big spikes, like I would go from here to this, like, it would dip like enormous amounts, It went from 125 to 170, all of those big things that I was doing is because I was playing it very risky. I was putting a lot of money into these penny plays because I was trying to ride the catalyst out. And then I noticed a lot of members in the community were just copying my moves. And that's not right. That's not right. Again, I need to emphasize this portfolio is not the thing to mimic, okay? So with that said, I restructured the portfolio because I wanted to get back into that phase. I wanted to show everyone what this channel was about. It was my journey to $1 million, all right? And along the way, I'm trying to teach you some lessons of how I've like built out to be in this position to begin with. Okay, how I'm able to use this portfolio in such a risky manner because it's not my net worth. It's just a portion of it, and that's what I was trying to do here. Okay, so hopefully no one has left the video yet. Now let me talk about what happened. So guys, what I decided to do was this. I think in the morning when I cashed out or whatever it was at yesterday, it was like 1:15 is what I closed the day at yesterday in the portfolio. I took out money and I put it into Disney. And you can see my position here. Disney was, I got it at 188.47. I think I had like 40 grand sitting in it. And let me tell you, Disney is one play. Apple is my other play, got around 134. And then Sidious is my third play. I still keep IPOE because this is my biggest position, guys. This is going to be the biggest hitter. Solid $1 I invested. I'm down 33% on it. So I'm just gonna keep this. This IPO is gonna stick with the whole entire journey for a couple of years now. Um, but watch that thing turn into like a Dogecoin. That'd be funny. So here's why I decided to do this, guys. Disney is going to be reopening their Disneyland park, the one in California, end of this month, April. Okay, so this one I'm expecting to see a run up come at the end of the month, and I'm hoping they can retest the $200 marks. And they have like that Black Widow movie coming out. They got a bunch of different things that are coming out. Disney Plus is like starting to get a lot of popularity. It's adding more shows and movies. Apple, another reason. So remember, that one was end of April, April 30th. So if you haven't made a position in Disney and you're in that sort of position to be doing this stuff, consider that play. Apple as well. They got earnings coming up. Look, April 28th. So it's around that time frame, and end of the month. They're having that catalyst there. CTXR, guys, you know how bullish I am on this company. If you're rocking with us in the Discord, I let everyone know about this thing way earlier in the day of what I'm doing with my portfolio and the switches and why I'm making some of these plays. If you want to take this investment journey seriously, guys, I'm telling you, there's no better place you can do this besides that Discord. We work one-on-one. The community is probably one of the most collaborative places you'll find out there, and I don't say that's not my word, that's everyone else's. All right, if you want to know how other people review it, you can email me, you can leave a comment, and I can refer someone to talk with you about it. All right, don't take my word on it. And Sidious is my last play on this, guys. So Sidious has their catalyst coming up in the I think May 1st. Yeah, end of this month. That's when their phase 3 results are going to be coming out, and we can expect a catalyst on that. All right, because this morning I saw this thing hit all the way down to 161. I had to buy in more shares, guys. This was too much of a steal for me. So I want to explain what my plan is overall in this portfolio, guys. I'm planning to start riding waves, all right, like I initially was doing in this portfolio. I built this thing out to document that journey of how I could go from play to play. That's how you got to see this thing happen, like go from here to down there, to go up, to go down, to go up. That's what I was doing. That's why you saw it. And then I saw a lot of people making mistakes in their portfolios, and that's when I came up with my whole idea of building out a foundation layer, middle layer, all that for this portfolio. And the reason why I did that was to show you guys an example of a very aggressive one and what it could look like. But here's the thing, by me explaining it that way, that is not a way to build. I will not be able to build this portfolio to $1 million using that methodology. Okay, I can't build it up in the time frame I want. Let me clarify. I could not build $1 million portfolio in 2 years the way I was describing it on that. I couldn't, guys. Think of it. I'm not adding any more money to this portfolio, so I need to be writing catalysts, and I need to be going for those shorter term plays like that. This is a high risk portfolio, and that's the way it has to be for me to reach that goal in this thing. For you guys who are starting out, you're new to investing and things like that, don't copy this thing. Don't copy what I'm doing here, okay? Because on that whole foundation layer play, the medium layer, the frosting thing, that is the way you want to build it out, guys. I want you to think of this. Think of my portfolio. This whole Robinhood thing is eventually like this whole thing is like a frosting layer. All right. It's not like it's a frosting layer for me. You know what I'm saying? But like, I hope you understand what I'm saying, guys. It's a whole different perspective I'm trying to give you. So let me just go into some of these stocks specifically. So yeah, Disney I talked about on that. I think personally for me, if you can get this thing below 190, this is a good price to get. I mean, look at just a month ago, we were sitting in the 190s, and this was just this whole like hype train up there where it hit $200. That was just on when Disney was announcing that they were reopening the parks and stuff. That's just on an announcement. There's a lot of stuff that's in its pipeline, and I see Disney as a good play for the future on this. Apple, I mean, come on. I don't know if I need to say more about Apple. Apple is a definite buy at almost any time of the year. Apple is going to be a buy, depending on how long you want to hold it. But I'm keeping this one for now because of their end of the month earnings report. Now, that's not to say because earnings come out that Apple's going to skyrocket. The last time they had earnings, they actually dipped. I think that was right around this time they actually ended up dipping after they gave their last earnings, even though they killed it on the earnings. So it's not to say it's a one-for-one thing. I just see that typically around this time frame, Apple historically has done a pretty good job of recovering. It usually goes to its higher levels after whenever it has these sort of pullbacks. It always ends up recovering back up. So I'm very bullish on Apple in that sense. Now, Cydius, this is the stock I want to be talking about. This is the granddaddy of them all. I know I've been bullish on this thing in the past, but my conviction on this play has just skyrocketed much more because I've just been reading more and more about this company and who's behind it, guys. This is not going to be a full deep dive video. If you want me to give you a very much more in-depth video, just leave a comment below and I can do that for you. But if you're looking for one of these sort of things, like, you don't have any short-term plays in your portfolio, consider Cydius. Again, it's short-term, meaning do not invest like 10 grand into this company. Don't do what I'm doing, okay? Don't copy me. Please don't put 26 grand into Cydius Pharmaceuticals, okay? If that's all you have, that's your net worth, don't do that. Okay, this is also not financial advice, none of that stuff, but you know what I'm saying, all right? Let me go into this thing. So with Cydius, what I just wanted to say, guys, is they have so they're going to be releasing their clinical, their phase 3 trials for the FDA to review end of this month. Now, that does not mean that it's approved. Do you follow what I'm saying? Just because they finished the trial does not mean that they are approved. So there's like multiple things in this stock's pipeline. This result is going to come out, so we can expect a rise come up from there. Then it'll probably pull back after a couple days once that news is released. So you know what we're gonna do, right? Trailing stop loss. We're gonna buy back in on the dip, rinse and repeat, like I always say. And then once we see that run up on Cydius with that thing, then we got another catalyst coming up in I think July is when their I think FDA review is gonna go through, and we can see what happens with that play. They're also producing another product for, let me see if I can find the name again. Halolido, I think is the name, Halolido. It's basically a hemorrhoid treatment that they're giving. Believe it or not, guys, there's no treatment for hemorrhoids. There is a treatment, but it's you have to go into the doctor's office and they have to do like some little bit of a procedure on you, things like that. This is a different type of therapy besides what they already have, and there's really no competition. Like Preparation H is not even though they sell it in the drugstores, it's not like a full-on treatment for hemorrhoids. And oftentimes if you get hemorrhoids, they typically recur, so it's a repeated thing, which is pretty sad. It can disrupt a lot of people's lives. So that's another thing which they're getting. I think their phase 1 trials, I think, are coming out expected, I think, at the end of sometime in the summer, I think June, July, guys. Sorry, I don't have like the notes completely in front of me right now, so I'm going off my head. If you want me to give the full deep dive on this stock, I have a lot of stuff I could say about it, and things like that. But the market potential, especially with the Minilock technology that's coming out, is enormous. The leadership in the company, I was just reading about the guy too. His name was Leonard Mazur. Leonard Mazur is the guy's name who's running. He's the chairman of the board. Oh my God, guys, this guy, he spent 10 years of his life working at Cooper Labs, and he was just running into a whole bunch of he started with the sales in the sales department, and he came all the way into strategic planning, acquisitions. He has built enormous companies with this thing. He has built enormous wealth on this. He went from acquiring like tiny prescription eye drop companies to like a tiny prescription eye drop company. He took that into making now $800 million. This guy is enormous. It's called Cooper Vision. That's the company he did. So I don't know. There's a bunch of other things I could mention about this. If you want to look at like what analysts are saying about this company, right? They're putting this thing at around on the low $4, on the high $6. So there's only two reviews, right? Two analysts who reviewed this stock, and on the low it was $4, on the high it was $5. On the high it was $6. So putting an average of $5, right? This is my opinion. I think we could see that $4 or $5 mark come up with just this upcoming catalyst. You know what I'm saying? In the next month or so, in the next few weeks, once the results come out. Because take a look at this. It ended up reaching 234 all the way back in February 23rd, you know. This stock can run. Let me explain something. Let's look up another pharmaceutical stock that's been that's here. First, I want to look up CTXR, and I want you guys to compare. The reason why I'm saying this, because we know we had this this bear market, right? This bear market started around when? Let's say March, right? First week, like March 1st, okay? It went from 208, and now it's sitting all the way down to 170, okay? So we can say like 30% or so. It's decreased in price, in its valuation, right? Let me just do the math to be sure. 2 minus 0.7. Okay, 15%. 15%. That's how much it's decreased. Okay, from March all the way down here. Think of that. This is like a small penny stock pharma play. Only 15%. Most companies were not even were getting decimated with this entire correction. Let's see what BNGO is doing. Okay, what's the same time frame? March 1st, $9. Today, $5. Come on. It's lost half its valuation. And that's not to pick on BNGO, guys. This is to talk about the market as a whole. A lot of companies right now, especially in the pharma industry, they're getting hurt real bad. Even JAGX, you know, this one was also another one. Let's see. March 1st, we could take a look. $2.15, $1.29 now. The pharma industry as a whole is getting hit roughly like 50%. You know, I've been seeing a lot of these smaller plays that are doing this getting caught 50% from this correction. CTXR has been able to hold its ground relatively well with a 15% decrease, and its analyst ratings are really good. The leadership is very nice, guys. I don't know how else to tell you. Very bullish on this company overall, and if it doesn't work through, then hey, then I lost money. But I'm not that concerned on this stock specifically. Look. Oh, before I end the video, sorry, I just want to give you the last one that I wanted to put on your radar before I forget. Airbnb, guys. I know we haven't talked about this in a while. I was mentioning it a lot at the beginning of when I created this channel. If you haven't gotten into Airbnb, please consider this. Please, if you wanted to build a position out, I could easily see Airbnb coming out with this recovery stocks. People are asking about recovery plays and what you could do. Nobody's mentioning Airbnb yet. You know what I'm saying? It's under the radar. And let me explain something. As tourism industry increases, as places start opening up, this company is going to start opening its doors. I personally am going to put a smaller price prediction on this end of year. I could easily see this thing like 250 plus. I'm being extremely conservative on this. But $250 is very, very in its realm on this thing. All right. Let me see if I have any other thing to say. Honestly, that's about it right now. I don't want to I'm already making this video ridiculously long as is, but everything I have to say, guys, you know what I say at the end of the videos, right? Stay happy, stay healthy. Let's get wealthy. Take care.